Get you the starting lineups of the men's game here on 88.1 Rustler Radio. John Gabrielson, Joel Kindle high above Rustler Gymnasium, and the Lamar Lopes will start like this under their head coach. And their head coach, by the way, is Justin Sellers in his second year, his fourth year at Lamar overall, 2 years as an assistant. Tony Stennett is the assistant coach. Stennett like Bennett, Tony Bennett. I asked if he's saying like him. He said no. Tony Stennett is the assistant coach. They will start like this. Number one is Chris Cook, a 6'5 sophomore from Oklahoma City, averaging 16 points, 5 rebounds per ball game. What do you have?
I got him from Los Angeles, California.
Well, we'll see where he's from as we go at it. Yeah, Chris Cook from Los Angeles, California, about that, 6'5", 175, 16 points, 5 rebounds per ball game. Tim Montgomery, he wears number 10, and he is from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Tim Montgomery, 6-foot freshman. Khalil Haywood, a 6'5 freshman from Los Angeles, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Now you got me second-guessing myself on all of them. Kevon Wiggins is out of Rose Hall Town, Guyana. He is a 6'3 sophomore, averaging 21 points a game. And wearing number 24 is Josh Jones Jr., not wearing the 00. He's wearing 24 tonight, is Josh Jones Jr. out of Del Amo, California, the 6'7 sophomore. So it will be Cook, Montgomery, Haywood, Wiggins, and Jones, the 5 for the Lamar Lopes. They are, again, head coached by Justin Sellers. His assistant is Tony Stennett. Last year, they had 7 guys. They got an overtime win. 3 of their players had 4 fouls as they went into that overtime and staved off attrition, ended up getting the W against CWC. This is the 7th meeting since 2007, and it's 5-1 in favor of the Lamar Lopes as Chris Cook being introduced. White uniforms, gold numbers with black trim. And Lamar Lopes across their front as Montgomery comes out. Haywood next.
I was surprised not to see the yellow on the women's uniforms because that is one of their school colors.
Right, there's Kevon Wiggins and then Josh Jones Jr. out there as well. So now looking at your starting lineups for Central. Jesse White getting the start tonight, the point guard, a 6-foot sophomore, transferred from Utah State Eastern, now at CWC from Portland, Oregon. Jalen Searles, a 6'8 sophomore, averaging 18 points, 6 points per ball game from Everett, Washington. Jack Klumak wearing number 4, the 6'5 sophomore from Newberg, Oregon. Round of applause for the hometown kid from Arapahoe via Lander Valley High School is Niehi Black Bear. And then also getting the start is Nate Mims, a 6'6 sophomore from Lakewood, Ohio. He is averaging 10 points, 2 a ball game. His last 3 games, actually his last 3 games, he's went off for 16, 11, and 11 after scoring just 2 points in the home opener earlier on Monday of last week here at Rustler Gymnasium.
The starting lineup has changed just a bit since that time.
Niehi Black Bear will step into the midcourt circle. Looks like Thurbill Bile, who was not listed as a starter, is going to step in, and he will get the tap. And then Wiggins will hand it back to Montgomery. Jesse White will D him up as he brings it into the front court, and we are underway with men's basketball from CWC. 0-4 on the year, trying to get in the W column. Baseline underneath over Mims. Shot no good. Mims will get the rebound. Nice job by Nate up ahead. Niehi's going to have that goaltended by Bile, and Niehi Black knocked into the padding. They'll just call the goaltend, but they won't call the foul. And it's 2-0 Central on a quick transition bucket. Lamar defeated the ladies just a bit ago by a final count of 68-58. Wiggins, D'd up by Mims, finds Bile. He's got Niehi on him. Montgomery, baseline, runs down to the arc to Cook, back up top. There's Kevon Wiggins, partially blocked. Mims for 3. Klumak picks it out of the air. Central back the other way. Jesse White now the point guard. His first game he gets to play this season. for the black and orange. Getting transferred from Utah State Eastern now, a Rustler.
By the way, Josh Jones Jr., the player not starting, who was listed as a starter.
Jalen Searles right away had 31 the last time he played on this court on Monday a week ago. He'll knock down a triple, and it's 5-0 Central. Boding well when they can shoot well in their home gym for sure. White D'ing up Montgomery. Khalil runs past him, rises for 15 on the right side, rolls off. Klumak, as they start 0 for 3, do the Lopes from the field. Then Jesse White steps into a 3, misses it. First miss of the night for Central. Kevon Wiggins comes away with the rebound. 5-0 Central out in front. Back door underneath, partially blocked by Niehi, but the rebound out to Montgomery. That 3 doesn't go down, and a rebound by Bile. Ball is loose and finally picked up and put in by Khalil Haywood. Lamar on the board now, 5-2 the score. We've played just a little over 2 minutes. Underneath, ball tipped out of there by Bile, taken away by the Lopes. Haywood, right side, Wiggins, and then swatted by Mims. It's gonna stay Lopes basketball.
They'd probably gone out of bounds had Mims not touched it, but in the heat of the battle, you're gonna make a play at it.
Stays Lamar basketball. Montgomery off the inbound. Baseline, just a 2, and he airmailed it anyway.
Would have been a 3 had he been in the right spot, but
Klumak, yeah, his toe was on the line. Third rebound by Klumak. White for 3, that one's no good. And the rebound by Bile, singular. Rising Kevon Wiggins from the 15-foot line. He'll drain it. It's a 1-point game. Northwest College beat NJC out of the South, 89-80, and there's a hold. Going to be whistled on Tim Montgomery as Jesse White was streaking down the right side of the lane. Montgomery is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his first, team first. And it will be Central ball out of bounds with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 5-4 C-Dub leading. Jesse White triggering in the inbound. Lobs it up top. Klumak right in front of the midcourt stripe will grab it. Coach talked in the pregame. He said might tighten up the bench just a little bit as Searles' second 3 doesn't go. Getting up for the rebound is Kevon Wiggins, his second of the night. Rose Hall Town, Guyana for Kevon Wiggins, an all-second team Region 9 performer on the South last year as Niehi Black Bear will be called for the foul. He's listed as Black on the roster, and like I said, when I asked them pronunciations at the beginning of the season, I said Niehi Black, and he said Black Bear. And so he would prefer to be called Niehi Black Bear. All thrown away. Nice job by Klumak and Jesse White, kind of overplaying that a little bit and got in the path of the ball, and it's out of bounds. Lamar with their first turnover. (5-4) Central on the Pepsi scoreboard. 3.5 minutes gone by in the first half. White, Klumak, thought about a 3, doesn't. Searles flips it back out to White. He'll penetrate. Ball got tipped around twice. Wiggins touches it last. It stays Central ball with 16 to shoot. White has been injured. He's been cleared to play. Jake Maddox still not cleared to play, and maybe not till January with a foot injury, although he's out of the boot now, which is good. See him walking the halls with his own shoes on. Klumak partially blocked as he gets knocked to the floor. Ball taken away by Wiggins. He'll no-look pass up ahead. Layup missed. Rebound, and Klumak is going to be fouled up front. Searles with the rebound. Long pass up ahead. Klumak's going to be fouled. Central huddling up as Sebastian Gaza and Davis Richard going to check in for Central on this first stop in play. Is Klumak going to the line?
Those two started the last time we were here.
67% from the free throw line. Klumak averaging 11 points, 2 rebounds. First free throw is good. And here comes Sebastian Gaza and Davis Richard. Remember last year, Davis Richard was on fire from three-point line early, and then that kind of tailed off. I think wasn't as undiscovered as he once was, and a lot of more people found him out on the court for sure. Davis is 6'3" sophomore from Frederick, Colorado, as Klubach makes the second. Sebastian Gaza, 6'10" sophomore from Stuttgart, Germany. 7-4 Central advantage. They're back on defense in their road whites on the home floor tonight. It is tournament play, however. Spinning and a foul on Gaza as Haywood gets knocked to the court. And they're going to call Sebastian Gaza his first personal foul. And to the line will go Haywood. Khalil Haywood. Free throw number one is good. He's 10 points, 10 rebounds, averaging that double-double. Has not got a rebound yet, but he has got 3 points.
Perhaps I missed it. What is their record coming into this?
2-1 overall. Beat the Adams State JV handily on Tuesday night.
Of course, JVs are kind of a weird animal. Who do you want to play in that JV game? In fact, it's odd the big schools typically don't have JV teams.
Haywood's second is good. Cuts it to 1, 7-6 our score. Inside of 16 left to play on the Pepsi scoreboard first half. Klubach lost the handle, gathers it back. Davis Richard thought about a three, but then pulls back out. Klubach, Davis on the three-point line, rims out. Ball pushed out of there to Haywood. Haywood will take it the distance, double clutches in the air. Gaza gets tangled up on the rebound, falls down, and it will go out of bounds to Lamar. Well, Haywood went the distance, couldn't finish.
I switched hands as well as double clutching on that play.
7-6, low scoring affair. Bile, back up top, Montgomery. Wiggins gets wide open for a three, and he can't get it. Mims will get his second rebound. Nate's had 3 pretty good ball games since the 2-point performance at home against Air Force a week ago Monday. 2 new rustlers are going to check in. Jaron Miller and Stephen Long. Mims with the left hand's not going to drop. Gaza the rebound, put it up and in, and he's fouled. Big offensive rebound, Sebastian Gaza, as he will knock that one in.
Did Stephen Long start the last game as well, I believe?
On Monday he did, yes. A week ago Monday he did. Jaron Miller will check in. Jaron Miller, 6'2" freshman from Anchorage, Alaska. Averaging 6 points and a couple of rebounds. Scored 12 against Colorado Northwestern the last time they played. Stephen Long, 6'7" sophomore from Tigard, Oregon. Missed the last 6 games of the season with an injury last year. If I'm not mistaken, that was that freaky hand injury, was it not? As Gaza misses the free throw. And the rebound by Khalil Haywood is second. 9-6 Rustlers. Montgomery getting a pick from Haywood. Long jumps the pick. Haywood rises for 15 with the left hand. He missed it. And the rebound by Jaron Miller. Central back across the timeline. Long. Back to Mims. He'll fire the long three with the left hand. Good box out and a rebound by Kevon Wiggins. Back the other way, they'll lay it up and in. Wiggins. And it's a 1-point game. 4 points for Kevon Wiggins with 4 rebounds, and it's 9-8. Long. Good hands by Montgomery, almost knocked it away from him. Long's going to penetrate. He'll throw it hard off the glass. Rebound Gaza. He left it short, but he's fouled. And that Lamar foul going to be called on Chris Cook. No, it's going to be called on Tim Montgomery. Number 2 on Montgomery.
Interesting, Lamar with 5 players from Colorado, but none of them near the land of enchantment part of Colorado.
Sebastian snaps nylon on that free throw after missing his previous. Jesse White back into the ball game. Nate Mims will check out. Seeing Will Osborne check into the lineup as well. Josh Jones Jr. out there now, as well as Kiplin Richvine, as Gaza makes both. Kiplin Richvine with a basketball, throws it up ahead. Jones with it. Richvine back to Osborne. Baseline area. Wiggins shake and bake, baseline 10. He's fouled by Jaron Miller. 11-8. Low scoring affair. Almost 7 minutes into the ball game. Kevon Wiggins will go to the line. Wiggins 65% from the free throw line, averaging just under 20 points a game. Knocks down the first. 5 points for Wiggins. It's a 2-point game. Now a 1-point game. 11-10. Central still leading. Have led since the first points of the game. Long with a pick from Gaza. They're going to call a foul on Montgomery. Or will they? No, they're going to go the other way. They're going to call it on Gaza.
Interesting, because the head coach, their Sellers, was upset at first, I think, with the call. They're not realizing the call was going to be in his favor.
Well, yeah, the referee called a block. He made the indication first of a defensive type foul, and
that would explain it.
Gaza going to pick up his second personal. And he will check out as Niehi Blackbear back into the contest. Jones, jump pass, almost threw it into the Central bench, but Richvine is there. Osborne back to Wiggins. Zags, lays it up, misses it. Davis Richard. That was a pretty darn nifty move by Wiggins to get between those defenders and take it to the rack.
I'm surprised Richards could recover enough, even though he committed the foul, to get back there to make a play of any kind.
Davis will pick up his first personal foul. 5th team foul on Central, and to the line goes Wiggins. He has 6 points, chance to tie it up. And does, and now a chance to take the lead. 11-11 with 13-12 left. Richard out, Searles back in. Miller, White, Blackbear, and Long in. Free throw is no good, but an offensive rebound by Jones. And they will reset. Chance at the lead. Fading back, Jones from 15, no good. Rebound into the hands of Haywood, and he will score it.
The coach is not going to like that play there, where you get 2 offensive rebounds and a layup out of it.
First lead change of the basketball game as White, down by 2, finds Searles. Jalen working on Jones. Nice zigzag fade 10. Got it. That's about a 15-footer. Nice move, Jalen Searles.
I believe that's only his second shot, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got 5 points. No, he missed a 3 earlier on the corner here.
Okay.
Tie us up, 13 apiece. Wiggins, ball poked out of there, but right back to Osborne, and then he traveled with it. He took steps after he ended up with it in his hands, and the turnover will give the ball back to Central. 12:24 remaining in the first half, 13 apiece on the Pepsi scoreboard. Rebounds and turnovers, Coach was talking about. Niehi Blackbear into the paint will switch the lead back on his second bucket of the night. 15-13. Driving is Cook. He steps on the sidelines, and the Lopes will turn it over right in front of the Central bench. Coach Sellers talking to his team. Searles will get it back on the inbound to Miller. White is out there. Miller kind of assumes the point guard duties. He lost the handle and then throws it into the backcourt and away. And it will be a turnover on Central, their 4th. Wyoming Cowboys playing on the turf. The blue turf in Boise State. Driving shot partially blocked by Searles, but he knocks it out of bounds. He saves it. Boy, that's a hot potato out there. Finally underneath, and there's another miss, and Stephen Long ends up with it. Wow. That was
looked like a greased potato as well.
Quite the ugly exchange, and Central ends up with a basketball out of it all. Searles keeps it on a bounce, gets pushed a bit, dishes underneath. Jaron Miller, that shot is good. Nice find by Searles to get Miller, and he's got his first bucket of the game, and it's a 4-point Central lead. Central led 5-0 early as Wiggins is going to go down the lane. He will be fouled, so 5 the biggest lead of the game, not 4 as we're at right now. And
you know, interesting, Coach Spitter talked about tightening up his bench, but he's played a whole lot more players than Lamar has so far.
Yeah, 2 more coming in as Klumak will return along with Nate Mims. And is that Isaiah Shanks coming into the ball game? Negative. It's Chris Cook back in, sorry. So not a shooting foul on that foul by Jaron Miller, so they'll take it out underneath. Wiggins gets the inbounds. Not sure he was ready for it. Then he'll just fire the 3, left it short. Ball bounces right into the hands of Klumak. 4 rebounds for Jack. Underneath, reverse, good by Klumak on a nice dish from Searles, and 1. Klumak has 4, Searles with another dish. And that will put Central to the line.
You know, both of those dishes very nice too. Nice job, you know, spotting the open player once in the half court and once on the break.
Josh Jones with a foul. 6-point lead by Central, their biggest. And we will see another sub. Klumak gets the 3-point play.
Builds the CWC lead to 20-13 midway here in the first half.
7-point advantage. That's what Boise State has on Wyoming right now, by the way. Just starting the second quarter, 7-0 Boise leading the Wyoming Cowboys.
A team that has not played real well on the blue turf this year. And Wyoming really has never played well on the blue turf, actually.
Number 14 is not on the Lamar roster, and I just texted the score bench. I think we're going to see a technical come out of this on Lamar. I don't have him on the roster as well, and I'm wondering if we are going to see a technical foul issued to Lamar.
It's pretty normal you assign somebody to double check that when you're, you know, putting that in the book.
So they will tee up. So I'm not even sure who is in the number 14 jersey, to be honest with you, and they didn't have him in the book either, so I don't feel as bad being the unprepared broadcasters. Jesse White will go knock down the free throw.
Did you rat him out?
I think they caught it on their own down there.
Okay.
As Jesse gets the free throw, and it's 1 point for Central. They lead by 8 now. Inside of 11 left to play in the first half on the Pepsi scoreboard. Number 14 loses the handle as Jesse White is all over him, and he'll turn it over. We'll try to get a name on number 14 if it's somebody that is actually on the roster. I'm guessing it's a player that we have a name of, just in a different jersey.
Especially after we've had one already changed.
Right, and on the women's side, we had one as well, as Maylee Waters was wearing a different jersey in the women's game. Searles runs past his man, right-hand layup on the left-hand side. Nice little nifty work by Searles. He's got 7. The Rustlers lead by 10. White, a steal and a layup is good. Jesse White pilfered that. 5 turnovers on the Lopes. And they now trail by 12 all of a sudden. Wiggins ordering Jones to get out of the way. He'll go one-on-one with Mims. Throws it. Bile, he'll fire it off glass and good. Thurbill Bile's first field goal of the game. Midway through the first half, Klumak back out White. Long 3, no good. And tipping the rebound to himself is Cook. Lamar back the other way. Good defense by Black Bear. Kevon Wiggins with it way outside. Coach Sellers a little animated on the sideline. I'm not sure if he wanted something different, as that one's not even close. And Klumach will pick up his 5th rebound of the night.
Kind of after Wiggins had cleared out that side of the court as well.
Jesse White, another 3, no good. Cook, another rebound on a missed 3. Central 1 of 7 from the arc, 14%, but they're 9 of 19. Falling down, that'll be a goaltend.
Or offensive interference, I guess, is the technical name for that now.
They'll wave it off. Bile will commit the goaltend, or the offensive interference. He committed the goaltend on one end and the offensive interference on the other side. And we should have our media timeout at the 9:15 mark of the first half. Central with a 10-point lead, 25-15. We'll be back after this timeout. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media, streaming live at rustlerathletics.com. .9:15 left to play first half on the Pepsi scoreboard. Central men 25, Lamar 15. It will be Central basketball. Again, the Lamar ladies winning earlier 68-58. We'll have Lindsey Fearing join us at the intermission of the men's game. Tentatively set for that. 9 minutes and 10 seconds away. Klumach hands it off to Davis Richard. Now Searles. Searles going to take it to the rack. He'll be fouled, pushed, rejected, goaltended. And the foul going against Khalil Haywood is second. Well, they've got him for 1, so naturally his first personal on Khalil, and Gaza is fouled. No, it's Jack Klumach's going to get called for the offensive foul, setting a pick for Gaza. That'll be turnover number 5 on the black and orange. Central in their own gym tonight, wearing black here in the Rustler Classic. They'll wear white tomorrow when they take on NJC. NJC wore white earlier today against Northwest College in a 9-point loss. 14, jump pass up top to Bile. And he's going to be fouled by Searles.
Coach Schmidt doesn't agree with that.
Searles will pick up his first personal. 6th team foul on the Rustlers. I have 8. Yeah, it is 8. I was looking at the wrong side of the scoreboard. And Thurbill Bile will go to the line for Lamar. He is a 6'5" sophomore from Aurora, Colorado. 7 rebounds per ball game. Lamar will play Northwest College in a men's game at 11 tomorrow as Thurbill hits the first. Central's biggest lead ballooned to 12 at 25-13, and second one by Bile is good. Cuts it to 8. Just under 9 minutes left to play. Klumach to Gaza, back to Searles. Jalen spins, floats, glass, no good. Gaza, the offensive rebound. And he flips it back out, then they'll turn it over. Taking it away is Kiplin Richvine. Bile with it now. Thrown away, Searles with a steal. Jalen steps out to the three-point line. He'll work it back to Klumak. In the corner, Davis Richard for three. That one short, Bile the rebound. We could tell when that left his hand that was going to be short from the top of the gym where we're at, right next to the camera angle you're looking at. Watching this on RustlerAthletics.com and Spectrum Channel 189 in Riverton and Inlander. Haywood on Klumak and a foul called on Klumak. That'll be number 2 on Jack. Long, White, and Miller checking in for the black and orange. Mims, Klumak, Richard out. Haywood going to the line. He's 2 for 2 on the day. They are 7 of 8 from the line right now are the Lamar Lopes. Haywood knocks down another one. (25-18), 5 straight by Lamar since going down, 6 straight actually, since going down 25-13. Second one, no good. Long ends up with a rebound as it kind of went awry on the Lopes. Jesse White driving out to Long. Long 3 on the way, looks good. Will dish pan and rattle out. And Kiplin Richvine the rebound. That was online from our angle, just didn't have the distance, and it bounces out of there. Montgomery, back up top, Bile, lob pass underneath. Haywood gets around his man, and that'll be offensive interference, or basket interference on Gaza. And Khalil Haywood has his 9th point of the contest.
Rolling CWC back in a little bit here as they now trail by 5, 25-20.
That's an 8-0 run since going down by 12 by the Lopes with 7 minutes left in the first half on that Pepsi scoreboard. Mims.
Would that be 7?
3 good by Jesse White. It was 25-12. And they have 20, so that's 8. Driving. Ball knocked out of there. Long. Actually, it's Miller that comes out of there. And then a travel violation on Miller in the front court. So what did I say? What do you?
I don't know. I think I got confused on the pi r squared part of it.
Timeout on the floor. We'll collect our thoughts and take a math lesson here real quick. 6:35 left in the first half. Central by 8, 28-20 on the Pepsi scoreboard with more to come from 88-1. '11th ranked volleyball team in the country getting recognized, taking a standing bow to the crowd as they are getting ready to head to the NJCAA National Tournament for the first time in school history. Darcia Gallard in her 5th year as the head coach, assisted by Brooke Thompson. They will take on Missouri State West Plains, 2 o'clock Mountain Time Thursday. You can listen to it live right here on 88.1. Out of the timeout, Lopes with a basketball.
Interesting as a coach what you've got to do in that situation, because your goal all along was to get to nationals. Now you've reached that goal and you've got to re-goal. That's not always easy to do.
She mentioned that Thursday at the watch party. She's like, we're having a team meeting and we're reassessing goals now that they've made it, as Haywood fires from 17. Rolls out. Good rebound, though, by Chris Cook. That shot's no good and pushed back up and in by Haywood. Haywood's doing a job, 11 points, 4 rebounds. White working on Richvine. Jaron Miller back out to White. 10 to shoot. Gaza setting a pickup at the top. White fires it back to Long. Three-pointer by Mims, good. Nate Mims, left side trifecta. Puts the lead back to 9 for the Rustlers on that Pepsi scoreboard. 5:40 remaining in the first half. Bile lobbed down low, fouled from behind by Stephen Long. First personal on Stephen Long, and back to the line goes Khalil Haywood. I'm about run out of stats on his line here. 11 points, 8 of 10 from the line are the Lopes, and Haywood counting for 3 out of 4 of those right now. Oh, I do have a halftime rebounding stat on my thing. I forgot about that as Haywood, I guess going back to the ladies game a little while ago. So let me look real quick. It was dead even at half, and it ended up dead even in the game, 22-22, but we were down 7 at one point.
Yeah, the quarters, that's where I think the difference would have been.
Yeah, 7, Central was down 7 at one point, which amplified the point you were making. Free throw good. Haywood has 13 points, and the lead is cut to 7. Wiggins has 7, but he's been kind of silent for a while. He's not even out there on the court right now. Near steal by Cook from Jesse White. It's going to stay Central ball. Searles coming in for Jaron Miller. Miller, by the way, out of Anchorage, Alaska, scored 12 in the Friday night game against nationally ranked. Actually, no, he did that on Saturday night against Colorado Northwestern. Mims pump fake, takes it to the rack. Finger roll from the left side. He'll get knocked to the floor, and he will go to the line. Nice move, Nate Mims. Foul whistled on Josh Jones, his second. And Nate Mims will go to the line. Nate, by the way, 56% free throw shooter, has not shot a whole bunch. Averaging 10 points, 3 rebounds a game. Like I said, his last 3 games, though, output scoring-wise, 16, 11, 11. And he unfortunately can't hit the first free throw. Again, I'm John Gabrielson, instructor of radio broadcasting at Central Wyoming College. Runner of the CWC student radio station. Running it into the ground mostly, but that one is good by Mims. Joe Kittle alongside me. Partnership that has been around since, I don't know.
Just put AD after it, whatever you do.
Couple of decades at least. 32-24 Rustlers.
Do it till we get it right.
As Bile tries a dunk, he misses it. And a long rebound out to Cook, who will knock down a triple.
That was a rainmaker that he fired from there.
And it was nothing but net as you heard it go through the nylon. White up to Long, right side corner, Mims, the lefty for 3, missed it. Pretty much missed everything. Richvine, the rebound. Turnover on the Lopes, up ahead. Searles going to be fouled, he'll go down. Bile will get the foul called. Searles back up and hopping.
He's got some great skills in that 6'8" frame of his.
Yes, he does. Bile will get the call. That will be number 1 on Thurbill Bile. Bile, by the way, out of Aurora, Colorado. Not a bad crowd on a Friday night at Central Wyoming College. Searles, free throw.
Sure, between seasons, you know, on the high school level, unless you're playing for a state championship this weekend, which we're not.
One Fremont County representative will kick off at 1 o'clock tomorrow. The Shoshone Wranglers and the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies. Wiggins back into the lineup for Lamar. Crowd.
I'm talking to you before the game. Interesting how every team that's going to the state championships has played each other this year in their class.
Long with an offensive rebound on the missed free throw by Searles, and he'll get the putback. Nice play, Stephen Long. Back to a have a 7-point lead. They have had a 6-point lead. Firing 3 as that's a rebound and a flush by Thurbill Bile. I think maybe they only gave a 2 out there to Chris Cook, perhaps.
Doesn't go back to my math earlier in the half.
Yeah, it's not my strong point. Neither was English or science, though, so that's why I'm a radio announcer. 34-28, Searles tangled up on the 3, no good.
And he might have caused the entanglement as well, so.
Wiggins with the rebound. Central 3 of 13 from the arc, yet still lead by 6 right now. Typically when they're not connecting from 3, as Gaza is going to get fouled as he hits Kipling Richvine. Sebastian will pick up his 3rd. Kind of wondering, as Niehi Blackbear is going to check back in, and we're going to see Trey Sims for the first time in the ball game here in just a minute as well. I was kind of wondering when we might see the Riverton product in that 5 spot there, and Jared Lucas, the true freshman, is that number 3. Kipling Richvine puts it in there. Free throw is good. Cuts the lead to 5, 34-29. Gaza out, Long is out. Black Bear and Trey Sims back into the ball game. Trey, 6'5" sophomore from Ogden, Utah. And the second one will roll in by Richvine, and we'll get a timeout. 34-30 Central, 3:36 remaining in the first half. We'll come back after this timeout. This is Rustler basketball from 88-1. Titus Swen has run in from 7 yards out, and the Wyoming Cowboys have tied it with the Boise State Broncos on the turf. 4:42 remaining in the second quarter. They're 7-7. Cowboys after the big win, taking back the boot last week over CSU.
They were 13-point underdogs in this one as far as the betting line.
Up top, Searles. Jesse White for 3. He's going to miss that one again, and it's going to be picked up off the floor by Khalil Haywood. 5 rebounds and 13 points in the first half by Haywood. Ball knocked away by Searles. Great defensive play. And both teams have 8 turnovers now. Jesse White scoops it under baseline. Niehi Blackbear. He'll go in. Double clutch in the air, and Niehi will score. He's got 6. Watched Brock Finston in Cleveland State against BYU the other night. And they did not get the W, but it was cool to see a former, even albeit a 1-year Rustler that went to Casper shortly after. And a foul from behind by Jesse White underneath.
They're quite a competitor.
Played a year here, played a year at Casper, played a year at Pacific, and now at Cleveland State. As Jesse White gets his first personal foul, and that will send Haywood back to the line. Khalil Haywood.
Where the transfer thing has changed sports dramatically at the college level.
5 of 6 from the stripe, Haywood. 12 of 14 is Lamar. And Haywood knocks down the first. .241 remaining in the first half. Still a 5-point game. Central's biggest lead was 12. Haywood knocks both down. 15 points for Haywood, 7 of it from this charity stripe. They've shot 16 free throws in the first half. Central 7 of 11. White kicks it back out. Black Bear, Searles. Jalen's going to go the distance. He'll be pinned to the board by Bile. Taken away by Cook. He'll rise for 15, left it short. And a foul on Haywood as he knocks the ball out of hands of a Rustler will be his second personal foul, and it will give the ball to Central.
That's a lot of foul calls on the tip-out play where you try to tip it back out to,
That'll put the Rustlers to the line. I have no idea who's going to shoot it, to be honest with you, and it's going to be Niehi Blackbear who will step to the line. Niehi, 16 points, his career high. He did that against Colorado Northwestern last Saturday afternoon. Has not shot many free throws and unfortunately hasn't made many free throws at 25%, but he makes that one.
Had a good game here at home in the first home contest this year as well against Air Force Prep.
That awesome dunk in that game as well. 37-32, Rustlers by 5, 2:18 left on the first half Pepsi scoreboard. Black Bear can't get a second one to go, and a foul on Sims on the rebound. It's going to put Chris Cook to the line. 6 rebounds for Chris Cook with 2 points. Khalil Haywood, 15 points to lead Lamar with 5 rebounds, 7 points, 5 rebounds for Wiggins, but he's been kind of silent as of late. Thurbill Bile, 6 points, 4 rebounds, as Cook nets that one. 15 of 17, Lamar from the free throw line. 0 of 6 from the arc, by the way, and they'll miss the second one, and Nate Mims would get the rebound. 3rd rebound of the game for Nate to go along with his 4 points. Jesse kicks it out to Mims, pump fakes, drives into the paint, rises for 10, nicely done. Nate Mims has 6 as he'll knock it down from just inside the paint.
A very nice touch on that 8 to 10 foot runner.
39-33, 6-point game. Bile lost it, taken away by Niehi Black Bear, and he'll get it to Mims for the flush. Back to an 8-point Rustler advantage, 95 seconds remaining in the first half on the Pepsi scoreboard. Rustler bench getting vocal. Cook runs down the lane. Niehi Black tried to take the charge, minimal contact, and Cook will score it. Searles 1-on-4, left it short, and it's going to knock out of bounds. I think it'll go Lamar basketball, and it will. Minute 15, how will it play out with a 6-point differential at this point here in the first half? Find out is Richvine, guarded by Jesse White, man-to-man by the Rustlers. Baseline is Dante Bristol, and driving is Wiggins. He'll miss it. Bile tried to flush it, can't. Rebound by Niehi Black Bear. Long pass, lob, Searles. And then he's going to get a tee as he kind of gets in the face of Thurbill Bile. That's a highlight play. Just need to handle it a little differently after the fact as he kind of stared down Thurbill Bile.
I think there were words as well.
He didn't really jam it as much as he guided it into the cylinder. And then he gets the tee and he goes over and apologizes to Coach Brad Schmidt, touching his chest saying, okay, that's my bad. But he'll pick up the foul, and that will be number 2 on Searles, even though he got the jam. And Kevon Wiggins.
Of course, you can't afford the second tee.
Right. Wiggins will go to the free throw line. He will shoot the tee and miss. And the Rustler crowd will let him know their appreciation of the miss. And he will have another. Pretty athletic play by Searles as Wiggins gets 1 of 2. A little extracurricular at the end of the play. .47 seconds remaining. First half, Pepsi scoreboard. And a blocking foul on Jesse White as he is out in front of Richvine. Jesse will pick up his second personal. That'll be double bonus and then some. That's 15 fouls on the Rustlers here in the first half. Gaza has 3. White, Searles, Klumak, Miller all with 2.
If he's trying to tighten up the bench, that could make it rather difficult.
Kiplin Richvine scoring that free throw. He's got 3 points. Second on the way, no good. Rebound by Niehi Black Bear. Second board of the game for Niehi with 7 points. 30 seconds left, 20 on the shot clock. White hooks it to Searles. He'll fire a long three and drain it. 12 points for Jalen Searles. He had 7 threes in that Monday night game a week ago Monday against the Air Force Prep, scoring 31 points. Sims bats it away. He'll take it and flush it. Give the assist to Nate Mims. 10 turnovers and a long three, no good. And guess we answered that question. A 6-point game with 40 seconds left, well, about a minute and a half. And Central on a 5-0 run to end the first half takes an 11-point lead into the locker room at the break. Central 48 and the Lamar Lopes 37 at the break. We are at halftime on the Pepsi scoreboard from CWC. Halftime show, we'll give you some statistics of the first half. We'll recap the ladies' game as well. This is the halftime show from Rustler Radio. Central up 48-37 at the break on Rustler Radio. .38-37 Central out in front of the men's game at the intermission. And a real quick recap on how we got that way. How about 12 points from Jalen Searles. He's the only one in double figures. Niehi Black Bear has 7. Nate Mims has 8. For Lamar, Khalil Haywood has 15 points. Kevon Wiggins has 8. 6 points for Thurbil Bile in the ball game as Central enjoying an 11-point lead. In the earlier game tonight, it was the Lamar Lopes defeating the CWC women 68-58. Our head coach, Lindsey Fearing, is with us. And I guess, Coach, your assessment of that. I mean, down 27 at one point, it ends up 10. Yep. Got to be pleased kind of the way it ended, but maybe not so much at the 27 points how it got to that point.
Yeah, when the ball's not falling, it's going to be like that, and that's kind of how our night was today. And we had a lot of shots that were open, and we could not put the ball in the hole the first half. Go ahead.
33 threes I got you at. 9 of 33 is 33 high from where you'd like to be?
Way too high. I told them that after the game. I said, guys, we got to get to the hole, and that's what we started to do in the fourth quarter. That's how we sparked it. We were getting to the hole, we were getting to the free throw line, we were getting stop after stop. But I told them it was too late. But you know, in the first half, when the ball isn't going in that hole, and that's how you're supposed to win, it's real tough.
I didn't see the official turnover numbers. I had you at 11, which
we had 9.
9, okay.
Mm-hmm. Which is great.
There was one I know that I wasn't sure if it was a shot or a turnover on one of the plays early on. So I am trying to call a game while I'm keeping stats. But 9, you have to be very pleased with that.
Very, very.
At one point in the kind of in the balance of the game when they had gotten up by 27. They had out-rebounded you pretty good in that stretch, but you come back to even it out. But, turnovers and rebounding, I think, a big plus on your team tonight.
No, our offensive rebounding was huge. Alexis obviously is huge. Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of the off-ball stuff as far as turnovers and rebounds. I wasn't proud of our effort that we were giving the first half. And we got to make, little bunnies. We missed a ton of, normal shots that we usually make. And credit to Lamar. I mean, they held on. They held on to our fight. And I'm proud of that, though. Our fight was something I was waiting to see.
Weird to see you get outscored by 15 in this third, but outscore them by 15 in the fourth.
Exactly what I told them. I said, guys, we can't come in and just have small numbers in our quarter and then come out and blow out someone with 25 points. Like it just doesn't work out that way.
Well, especially against the team you're going to play tomorrow in Western Nebraska. And I don't want to bring up what happened on this court last year, but I know the sophomores want to atone for that. I don't have a whole lot of people that were on the court on that, but talk about taking on Coach Gibney's team tomorrow after they kind of took it to Northwest today as well.
Yeah, they're definitely not starting out as tough as they usually are. I talked to him today too, and I was like, your starts aren't very good this year. He's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. But
the finish was nice, though.
Yeah, the finish is also what matters. So we're definitely getting ready for them. Got film tomorrow morning, and we've had our soccer scout team. We've been playing 6 against 5 to hopefully help us out with the type of pressure that they're going to bring. These kids know that they need to take care of the ball, and this is the first time when we've had under double-digit turnovers. So I think that they're starting to realize possessions really do matter. Every possession matters, and we just got to score.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully everybody survived injury-wise. I know there was a couple of limps in here and things like that in the course of the game. Yeah, absolutely. That goes on there. I thought their their 3-guard play kind of atoned. They had, I think, 35 points at one time when you had 35 points as a team. Their trio of guards were pretty good. Angelus obviously pretty good as well, and you're going to see that again tomorrow.
Yes, we're going to see it again tomorrow. They got to defend. I definitely don't think we defended really well in the first half as well. I think we did a good job in the second half. And that's what these freshmen need to understand is that's what we're working on, consistency and starting out the game as if we're down. That's what I talked about right after the game. I just said, we can't walk into a game thinking that we already have it. We still have to play, and we're not good enough yet to even have those thoughts.
Right.
So we're working to that.
Game time at 3 tomorrow. Lindsay, thanks for coming up. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks.
You bet. Lindsay Fearing, our head women's basketball coach. They came up a little bit short tonight. 58-68 was the final score as they go to 1-3 on the year. The Central men back out onto the court getting ready for the second half. They will have the ball to begin the second half, and they have an 11-point lead at 48-37. Stay with us. The second half will be coming up after this. We'll also give you some first half statistics on how Central got the 11-point lead. That's next. This is Rustler Basketball on 88.1. 48-37, Central out on top at the break. Let's take a look at some first half stats. Again, scoring-wise, Jalen Searles 12, Niehi Blackbear has 7, Nate Mims has 8 to lead the way. Jack Klubach 5 points, 5 rebounds. Jesse White 6 points in his Rustler debut here at home. On the other side, scoring leader Khalil Haywood has 15, 8 for Kevon Wiggins, 5 rebounds apiece for those two guys. Thurbill Bile 6 points, 4 rebounds. Chris Cook 5 points, 6 rebounds in the contest. Shooting wise in the ball game, Central would shoot 18 of 36. That's even math I can do in my limited math capacity. 50%. They were 4 of 15 from the arc though, 27%. And they would hit 8 of 13 free throws would Central in the first half. Lamar 10 of 30 from the first half shooting. I can do that math as well, 33.3%. 0 of 6 from three-point land. And really kind of redeemed themselves at the free throw line, rather. 17 points of their 37 coming from the line. 17 of 22, 77% for the Lamar Lopes from the free throw line as they trail by 11, 48-37. And again, the Rustlers not spending a lot of time in the halftime locker room, back out, and they will have the basketball to begin the second half. Some other activities going on, of course. We mentioned that the CWC volleyball team will be headed off to Nationals. They will play on Thursday at 2 o'clock Mountain Time against Missouri State West Plains. You can listen to that game live right here on 88.1.
And again, that's tournament, so that may not be exactly at 2, just like this game wasn't exactly at 7 tonight.
Yeah, they do play on 2 courts that first day. I don't know if they've staggered them. I don't know how close they will be to getting on time with those, but certainly we'll be on the air hopefully around 2 o'clock on that. And best of luck to Al Lara and the CWC cross country athletes. They are in Richmond, Virginia currently. They will run early. I think the ladies will run at 8 and the men will run at noon, 10 o'clock tomorrow, as their 2-hour time difference from Richmond, Virginia. And the 4 Rustler men and the 2 Rustler women competing at the cross country nationals in Richmond, Virginia. So best of luck to them and our volleyball team next week. Next home games besides tomorrow for CWC will be Tuesday the 23rd, when the Rustlers will host Colorado Northwestern in a doubleheader. And I will be absent from this microphone and the gym, so Joel, you and Wyatt Jackson and Riley will take over the duties against the Spartans on that Tuesday night.
Which will be interesting because I'm taking off the next day, early.
Whether you like it or not, you guys will take over. Second half begins in 2 minutes from now. Central basketball, they lead 48-37. This is the halftime from Rustler Radio on 88.1. John Gabrielson alongside Joel Kindle. It will be Rustler basketball to begin the second half. Thanks to Dory White. She is our all-star camera operator at the top of Rustler Gym. Appreciate her taking her classwork on a Friday night here tonight and the new media degree of Central Wyoming College. Jalen Searles, Jesse White, Niehi Black Bear, Nate Mims, and Jack Klumak, the 5 on the floor, dressed in black for the Rustlers with an 11-point lead. Wiggins, Haywood, Bile starting the second half. Cook is in there as well as there's a 3. Searles to start off the second half, and he buries it. 15 for Searles, 31 his career high. He did that Monday night a couple of weeks ago. Also out there is Tim Montgomery. Wiggins will push off and bank off the glass and drop it in.
The all-time Philadelphia Eagles running back might be Tim Montgomery, in fact.
Blocking
different guy.
Foul on Nate Mims as they give up a quick steal. And Mims setting up camp just outside the arc will be called for the foul. I'm sorry, I was zoned out watching the play. What did you say?
Tim Montgomery, I think, is the all-time leading rusher for the Philadelphia Eagles,
okay.
but it's a different guy. Just thought I should add that.
See the one they made the movie about?
No, that was that guy, that walk-on guy.
Cook cannot hit the free
or
throw.
tryout guy. You might want to try out again.
Mims, by the way, with his first personal foul. Second free throw good by Chris Cook. 50-41. Central building their...
It was kind of like Rudy Goes Pro, wasn't it?
Yeah. Invincible. Vince something or other was the dude's name. Long 3, Searles, back of the iron, no good.
And Rudy, the guy's name was Rudy.
You are correct on that one. I do like the naysayers that Rudy was offsides, they say on a couple of plays. As Bile runs past Klumak, ball is finally rebounded by Mims. Klumak out to Searles, back up to White. Mims, lefty for 3, good. 11 points for Nate Mims. Central lead is 14.
You know, we talked about the accordionness of the first game, and that's kind of happening here too. CWC gets a lead, it gets a little shorter, and they build it back up again.
Biggest lead of the night has been 14 now a couple of times. That's where we stand at the present. Montgomery gets a pick from Haywood, finds Wiggins. He might have walked with it. Rises for 12. Good contest by Black Bear. Rebound, though, by Khalil Haywood, and he will go to the line. It was good defense by Black Bear. And the foul whistled on Nate Mims. He'll pick up his second quickly here in the first $1:57 of the second half.
2 shots.
Here the referee, 2 shots. Longtime official Rosie Brown. Haywood at the line. Free throw is good. 16 points for Khalil Haywood.
Longtime assistant football coach at Natrona High School. Would probably rather be in Laramie this weekend, but Natrona didn't make it.
Yeah, he might still rather be there though, actually. Haywood knocks down the second one. Shoshone will play tomorrow at 1, and a couple of my student interns will get a chance to broadcast from War Memorial Stadium as Jesse White for 3 is good, his second of the night. 15-point lead, Rustlers their biggest. Khalil Haywood, by the way, this is just his second game of the season. Scored 10 Tuesday night against Adams State. So nice for Coach to have him back in, and there's a 3 by Cook and a quick timeout by Coach Sellers. And we'll step aside with him at 8:30 in the evening in the Mountain West. Central by a dozen, 7:29 left to play. Central basketball. Nate Mims going back to inbound it. Jesse White will go with him. Tomorrow, both teams will play. Lamar will play at 1. Central will play at 5. Klumak takes 2 big steps and scores. Nice take by Jack. He's got 7. Lead is back to 14. Biggest has been 15. I got to give a shout out here, too, as there's a long 2 by Chris Cook, where he made a 3 just a minute ago. Just a 2-point variety.
So it probably wasn't where he made the 3 just a moment ago.
In the area, general vicinity. White for 3. He will front end that one. And Bile the rebound. Thurbill with his 5th rebound. He'll drive the lane and be fouled as he takes it to the rack. Running with him, Niehi Black Bear. Gonna go on Klumak though, and that'll be 3 on Jack Klumak.
Did he foul out in our first game here?
I think he was, yeah, he was the one and only, I think, in that one that fouled out, unfortunately.
Yep.
I think he got a haircut too. He's got a headband on. I thought his hair was longer earlier in the week. Bile, free throw, good. So I got to give a shout out to Kate Patterson of the CWC math department. She has been helping me tweak my score sheet and get a running score on it. It's been a tremendous help, and that free throw is good by Bile, so thanks to Kate.
Interesting that you are still tweaking it after all these years, which is interesting, and my tweaking days are way past.
20-some years and counting of tweaking this score sheet. Trying to work smarter, not harder. Searles fade away 15, pretty shot. He's got 17 now.
And the tweaking started with paper score sheets, you know, that we had both made advancements on.
But then I made
maybe some regressions.
then I made score sheets on the computer, in which I printed out. Then I started using them all on the computer, and then went to the Excel variety as Searles is going to get called on a foul on Haywood. And now it's all Excel. And Searles with his 3rd personal. So he and Klumak and Gaza all with 3. And speaking of Gaza, Sebastian checking into the ball game with Trey Sims and Stephen Long, Niehi Black, Jalen Searles, and Jack Klumak will go grab some figurative pine. 12-point Rustler lead. Cook has 6 points here in the second half. He gives it back out to Montgomery. He'll drive and be fouled by Gaza right away. He'll pick up his 4th foul. Just stepping into the game, and that'll be 4 on Sebastian. So that'll be a decision now for Coach Brad Schmidt in his 4th season, assisted by Coach Harrison. Montgomery, first points of the night, yes. Boy, Central has let him make a living at the free throw line. 23 of 29 with 15:49 left, and they're at the 5 foul mark right now. Second good. 10-point game, 15:40 left.
And again, that concertina factor coming into play.
Oh, nice move by Mims. He got Haywood falling back, but he doesn't pull the trigger on it. Mims drives, floats for 8. Not going to happen. Bile the rebound. 6 boards for Thurbill Bile with 8 points. Montgomery into traffic. Baseline Cook for a high arcing 3 that's nothing but the bottom of the net. Cuts the lead to 7.
Wouldn't get away with that at Laramie County Community College, I'll tell you.
No, that would have been outside the playing facility of the short roof variety. 7-point game. White back up top. Mims working on Cook. Rises off glass for 10. Right side good. Quick timeout called by Coach Schmidt. Mims 13 points now.
Pretty good degree of difficulty on that last one, but he gets it through.
Timeout on the floor. 14:51 left to play. And we'll be back in just a moment. This is Rustler Basketball on 88.1. Efforting, looking at the Nate Mims career stats at Central. His high was 16 against Lee College in that loss last Thursday at Southern Idaho, and Nate has 13 now. Puts the lead back to 9. Cook running around Gaza, who kind of let him go with 4 fouls. Haywood, the rebound, will be fouled. Haywood, 3 rebounds from a double-double. And he will go to the line, and we will see Jared Lucas check in. You'll hear the round of applause from the hometown faithful, albeit a small smattering of one. Gaza's going to come out. Jared Lucas, 4A West Player of the Year last year at Riverton High School here in Riverton. Jared, a 6'6" freshman, had 14 minutes against Lee College. He scored 4 points against CSI on Friday, and Haywood, free throw is good. That kid has been to the line smattering of times. He has 10 of 11. 15 points in the first half. He's got 18 in the game. All 3 of his points, now 4 in the second half from the line. 19 for Khalil Haywood. Cuts the lead to 7 with 14 and a half left to play in the contest. Pepsi's scoreboard, 7-point game. Lucas guarded by Bile, might have traveled with it there quickly, but doesn't. Jesse White for 3, bouncing. No, Lucas battling for the rebound, as does Long, but taken away by Chris Cook. Dish, Haywood flush. Ah, nice pass. Haywood with his first field goal in a long time. He's got 21. The lead is now 5 for Central. Sims. Right side, Jesse White gets a pick from Lucas. Jesse working on Wiggins. Scoots it back up top, Mims. Nate flies in for 10, no good. Lucas had it tipped away from him from behind by Bile. And it will stay Rustler basketball. Klumak back in, Jaron Miller back in. Mims and White will sit with 13:48 left. Now the referees are going to confer. I'm going to reset the shot clock to 20 as it got knocked out of bounds by, it hit the rim for sure, I do know that. And they'll reset it. Oh, Lucas was open on the inbounds. Jack doesn't get it to him, and then Coach Schmidt will call the timeout right before the 5-second violation. And we'll take it with him. Quick timeout, 13:48, lots of basketball left to play with a 5-point game. Central 63, Lamar 58. We'll come back after this. $13:48 still remaining on the Pepsi scoreboard. 63-58, Central by 5. The Lamar women defeated the Central women by 10. Lamar outscored Central by 15 in the third, took a 27-point lead at one time. Central then outscored Lamar by 15 in the fourth quarter to end up at the 10-point game we were at half.
But it wasn't quite the same.
No. Klumak will try again on the inbound. He'll get it into Sims. Lucas at the 15-foot line on the elbow. Miller booted out to Jack Klumak for 3 is good. Redeemed himself a bit there after drawing the ire of the coach not getting that ball in before the 5 count and burning a timeout, of which Central has 3 left.
It's just about the most excitable we've seen the coach be, and that's over an inbounds play.
Jared Lucas steps in and takes the charge on the drive by Montgomery. And that will draw the cheers from the crowd, and the 11th turnover on the Lopes. Central back to an 8-point advantage, trying to add to it. Boise State, by the way, scored on the Cowboys right before the half and took a 10-7 lead, and then an offensive foul on Trey Sims going to give it back. 10-7 at halftime in Boise. And Trey Sims will get the offensive foul, and so the back-to-back offensive fouls are turnovers.
I think the University of Cincinnati plays tonight as well. I believe it's a couple of
still ranked 6th
in the playoff poll. They're 5th now.
Okay. Haywood separates, 15-foot line, missed it. Lucas the rebound. Klumak, back right side, Miller. Driving, scoots it into the corner. Long was out of bounds right before he's caught the ball. That'll be a turnover on Central, and it goes back to the Lopes. Lamar Community College out of Lamar, Colorado. About a 9-10 hour drive. Shorter if you go around Denver traffic, as we found out on the return trip.
It might be a flex time involved if you're going through Denver.
From Otero when we made that drive a couple of years ago. Haywood bodies in, and a foul called on Stephen Long before the shot. That's going to be number 2 on Stephen Long. And it is not going to matter because Haywood's going back to the line anyway. This will be one of the bonus on the 8th team foul of the second half on Central. Lamar, by the way, has been whistled for 1 foul here in the second half.
I think Otero and Lamar must be the 2 closest. Well, I guess Eastern Wyoming College and Western Nebraskan region 9 would be pretty close too. Now you get right down to it.
Haywood cannot hit the free throw. Yeah, I would have to think they're probably closest. Lamar to Otero, I think, is about 55 miles. So that's Scottsbluff, Torrington, 30-something. Bile with a block again. They're going to call a block, and they'll Kumak asking for the goaltend. Not going to get that call, as it's just knocked out of bounds to Central. Klumak driving again. He'll float in. Right hand, left hand side, good. He raised the degree of difficulty, and Klumak has 12.
Seems to be playing with a lot more confidence this year than last. Which isn't to say he was not confident last year, just that it is extremely.
Oof, and then Klumak hammering Bile from behind is going to get his 4th personal foul. Klumak, by the way, his season high, his career high is 13. He did that against Lee College Thursday at CSI. He's got 12 now. 4 new rustlers will check in after this free throw by Thurbill Bile. Bile 8 points, 6 rebounds, getting the start tonight. Free throw on the way, good. Central had ballooned up to a 10-point lead. Jared Lucas coming out. As is Klumak, as is Long, as is Sims. Staying was Miller, with Black Bear, Mims, White, and Searles coming in.
1 shot.
Bile back to the stripe. He's got 9, looking for double digits. Gets it. By the way, Khalil Haywood was an all Region 9 South first team performer last year. Devon Wiggins was the second team all performer on that Region 9 South. 8-point game. Central the basketball. Mims back to Niehi. Black Bear trying to work around Bile. He'll be fouled by Bile. That was a pretty good first step, I thought, by Niehi.
And I thought he got there pretty cleanly. I didn't.
Bile's going to pick up his 2nd.
Comparatively, not a whole lot of contact there.
Right. Still a ton of time left in this game at 11:30 on the Pepsi scoreboard. 68-60. 3 lead changes, 2 ties. Boy, Jalen almost lit that one up from over by Walmart. There's a three on the way. Mims from deep. That's no good. Haywood the rebound. Central 8 of 23 from the arc. Three-pointer Cook. Nope. Bile, though, the rebound. He'll lean in. That one's no good. Poked back up and in by Cook. Bile kept it alive. 6-point game now, 68-62. Searles running past his man. He tries to put it back up in and cannot. And the rebound pulled down by Lamar. Down by 2 possessions now. Montgomery runs it off the right hand over Searles and scores. 4 points for Tim Montgomery, cuts the lead to 4. It was 14 points not long ago. Mims out to White for 3, good. 12 points for Jesse White in his debut for the Rustlers. Up ahead, Cook shovels it up, ball poked out of there by Black Bear. It stays Lamar basketball.
The Black Bear poke out of there kept it from being a, layup.
Central had a 14-point lead at 54-50. And then it's been whittled slowly but surely down to 68-64, now back up to 7. And a offensive foul on Thurbill Bile in the middle of the pack. It's going to be his 3rd personal. He is the first. Oh, nope, Tim Montgomery has 3 as well for Lamar. Davis Richard checking back into the game for Jared Miller. 10:05 remaining in the contest on the Pepsi scoreboard. 71-64, a high-scoring one from Rustler Gym that seems like it's taken about a month and a half to play. There's a steal by Haywood, turnover number 12 on the Rustlers. And then a steal the other side. No, they don't get it fully executed, but then they'll just throw it away. Mims goes to the ground, throws it away. Long pass, Searles, one hand, now 2, and flush it down. 19 by Searles as he gets the flush. Rustlers back up by 9, 73-64. Now the crowd getting into it a little bit as Montgomery flies off glass and scores another one of those runners. 73-66. Richard pump fakes, long 3, drives the lane, floater 10, got it. Contact by Bile, nothing called. Davis Richard, his first field goal of the night, puts it back to a 9-point Rustler lead with 9 minutes left to play. Wiggins, 10 points, 5 rebounds for Cavan. It's been this guy, Haywood, as he'll go baseline, just missed it. Mims will get the foul, his 3rd. That'll be double bonus for the remaining 8:57, and Lamar has shot a slew of free throws in this ball game already, and they're going to shoot more. Media timeout with 8:57 remaining in the ball game. Central by 9, 75-66. Haywood back at the line when we come back from this timeout on 88.1. (75-66), Rustlers by 9, 9 left to play. Haywood back to the free throw line for the visitors from Lamar. Khalil Haywood, 21 points, 11 of 13 from the line. He has 8 rebounds. All-Region South performer last year, showing exactly why, as he's been the influence tonight for the visitors. The lefty snaps nylon on the first. Sebastian Gaza has 4 fouls. Jack Klumak has 4. Both of them are on the bench right now for Central. Nobody with more than 3 for the Lopes, as Haywood makes both. 23. Just his second game of the season, by the way, missing the first 2 for Coach Sellers and the Lopes. Lucas back out to White. Mims for 3, looked good, but skims over the iron. Wiggins the rebound.
I think it looked good to him as well, from you could tell from his body language, but then it didn't fall.
10.6 rebounds for Kevon Wiggins. Montgomery D'd up by Jesse White. Gets a switch, he'll run past Lucas, who got a piece of it, knocks it off the glass, and it's taken away by Searles. Jesse White, good defense. There's a 3 wide open. Mims, 16 points. Nate Mims. That is tying his career high as a Rustler. And there's a steal by Searles. He'll take it the distance, blow it off the backboard, and score it himself. Is that legal? Lamar is wondering if it's legal. He didn't want to travel, so he just throws it off the backboard. And I guess it's a shot and a rebound and a putback. Long 3, good by Wiggins. Big bucket there by Lamar to answer.
The officials felt it was legal. I guess that is the main thing.
And that's where we'll go with it. Klumak and Black Bear will come back in for the Rustlers. Good minutes out of Jared Lucas. Also Davis Richard checking out on a timeout called by Lamar. 7:37 remaining. 80-71. Rustlers by 9. That's a big 3 by Wiggins to keep this one, I guess, to kind of quell the momentum. Justice Skosh there. Stay tuned for the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming postgame show. It's brought to you by Wydot. Wydot will sponsor our post-game show at the conclusion of this game. 80-70. Driving Klumak, fouled, and not going to happen. Foul is going to be whistled on Kevon Wiggins. Jack Klumak will go to the line. He's got 12. Central 8 of 13 from the free throw line. Shooting 53% from the floor. 10 of 26 from three-point land as Klumak gets the W. And if Central can hang on to win this, and I say that questioningly, there's still 7.5 minutes left in this ball game. I know they have a 10-point lead, but there's still a ton of time left. Much needed W if they can pull it off here tonight.
Yeah, need to stem some momentum going the other way.
Jack gets both. 14 points for Klumak. 11-point game. Rich Vine gives it out to Bile. Niehi on him. He'll lose the handle. Gathers it. Spins around Niehi. Missed it, but Haywood will finish. Haywood's a pretty darn nifty player. That's why he's an all-region 9 performer. There's a pretty good player right there as Searles knocks down another triple. He's got 24.
Bile wanted a timeout for injury. He did not get it. Now he comes to the bench, but he was saying something about his eye or his face.
Coach Sellers coming out to talk with the official, pretty animated about something. Central calls the timeout, and I believe they'll be down to 2 left, showing on the scoreboard. And what you see on the screen, if you're watching this online and on Spectrum Cable Channel 189, what you see on the screen is in sync exactly with the scoreboard. Whatever is on the scoreboard from the fingertips of David Kellner on the sideline there is exactly what you'll see on your screen through the Scores Cast technology that we have implemented. And yeah, Central down to 2 timeouts. Lamar has 3 timeouts, still with 7:01 left to play in a Central 12-point lead. Back on the air tomorrow at around 3 o'clock tournament time as the CWC women take on Western Nebraska. And then following that will be CWC taking on the NJC Plainsmen. NJC's Lady Plainsmen winning the other Region 9 volleyball title. 4th consecutive year they've gone to nationals. Their head coach is 24 years old. Their assistant coach is 25, by the way. They had to take a bus last year to nationals because they couldn't even rent a car. Driving Montgomery, he is salty getting to the rim. He's got 8 now, 6 of it here, well, all 8 of it in the second half. 2 free throws and then 6 points. White might have drug his pivot foot. Mims, baseline, hang 15, missed it. Rebound, Niehi, that'll be no good.
By the way, Bile did come out of the ball game.
Wiggins got the rebound. Bile standing on the end of the bench. Driving is Haywood, and he will score 27 for Khalil Haywood. 8 rebounds, and he cuts the lead to 8. Searles out to Klumak. 3-pointer, White, good. He kind of line drives it from the right side. Jesse White with 15. That is his 4th trifecta of the evening. 4 in double figures for the Rustlers. Rich Vine over Klumak, had to play kind of tentative defense. He'll get his own rebound and score it. 9-point game, 88-79, 5:32. Time ticking down on the Lopes. Central looking for their first win of the season, much needed as Searles goes around Haywood, and they'll call Haywood for the reach. Just his 3rd personal foul.
I think Haywood felt there was no help behind him and had to commit the foul, but there was help. May not have stopped Searles, but.
Josh Jones Jr. back in. Jared Lucas coming back in for Niehi Black.
Couple of players who played against each other.
Kevon Wiggins, alley-oop. Searles left it short, and Jones the rebound. Well, he was wide open, he just left it short. Ball knocked out of the hands, taken away by Klumak. Long 3, Searles, count it. 27 for Searles. Thrown away as Klumak ends up with it underneath. 12-point lead. Mims for 3 on the way. No, Searles taps it back. That doesn't go. And the rebound by Jones. Long 3, good by Cook in the corner. He's got 19. Cuts the lead back to single digits. Wonder if Central kind of regrets maybe shooting that 3 early in the shot clock just on this last time. Coach Schmidt telling his team to settle down just a little bit. Mims, 17-footer with 17 on the shot clock, knocks it down.
Of course, they're doing what got them there,
right,
too,
yeah.
though. So
do with what got you to the dance, right? Jones wide open 3 at the top, misses. Searles the rebound. Second half 3-point shooting, by the way. That's their 2nd miss. They're 4 of 6 from 3. Searles just inside the 3-point line. He's got 29. Career high is 31 for Jalen Searles on this court a week and a half ago. Montgomery runs past Lucas and rejected by Klumak, but fouled before he got there, as Jared Lucas, I believe, will get the call. Lucas will pick up his first.
Conferring with the coach right now.
29 for Searles, 18 for Mims, 15 for White, 14 for Klumak. Front court has done a number tonight for the Rustlers in scoring 95 points with 3:32 left. And Montgomery hits that one. He's got 9. Jones out, Richvine out. As Kevon Wiggins and Thurbill Bile back in after he was injured just a little while ago. Feels like we've been on the air about a day and a half, as that one is good. Klumak, 11-point advantage.
I would just need to do that replay of that Evanston-Riverton football game.
Jesse White into the paint, tries to shovel it down low to Lucas and turns it over. 13 TOs on Central. Montgomery collides with Jesse White. Thurbill Bile thought about a 3, doesn't. He'll instead run down. Be partially rejected by Lucas, but fouled by Jared. That'll be number 2 on Jared Lucas. Not sure what Coach Schmidt said to Jesse White, but the crowd liked it.
Everybody heard it, yes, except for us. The headphones kept us away from it somewhat.
Second personal on Jared Lucas as Thurbill Bile will go back to the line. This is the 40th free throw attempt of the game for Lamar.
Those are typically winning numbers when you shoot that many free throws, but they're not going to be, it appears, tonight.
Yeah, 33 out of 40 from the free throw line. And I think 55 free throws combined from the two teams, making it feel like this is a 6-hour game as Thurbill Bile makes the second. And the fact that we did a game previous adding on to it as well, and a quick timeout called by Coach Justin Sellers, and we'll take it with him. 9 o'clock at KCWC FM Riverton, 95-86. Central by 9. Timeout on the floor with 3:05 remaining in the ball game. Boise State drives 54 yards on 12 plays, kicks a 38-yard field goal. 8:51 left to play in the third quarter. Boise State leading the Cowboys of Wyoming 13-7. 3:05 left on the Pepsi scoreboard here from Rustler Gym. Central with a 9-point lead, 95-86. They will break the pressure, get the ball into the hands of their point guard, who's D'd up by Kiplin Richvine.
We're also going to break the century mark, it appears.
Free tacos courtesy of Brett Evans and Mike Yowell. Ball tried to go in low to Lucas, taken away by Haywood. That was not Lucas's fault, as Haywood's going to go the distance. And it's going to be picked up and dunked in by Thurbill Bile. And he kind of hung on the rim to avoid landing on some players. And Lucas kicks it back out. That one is his fault, though, as that one's thrown right into the hands of Haywood. Haywood trying to go the distance, and a blocking foul on Klumak may eliminate him from contention of further playing. And it is going to be on Jack Klumak, and he will foul out. 14 points, 6 rebounds for Jack Klumak. Lucas is going to come out, and Yehi Black will come in. Now they'll find a sub for Klumak. It's going to be Trey Sims. A couple of turnovers by Central led to a bucket a minute ago by Bile. And Khalil Haywood now back to the line. 27 for Khalil. Free throw is good, 28. 42 free throws tonight shot by Lamar, and Khalil Haywood is 14 of 16 of those. Half of his points from the charity stripe tonight for head coach Justin Sellers and the Lamar Lopes. Second, good. 29 for Haywood, 29 for Searles. It's a two-possession game, 95-90, and a foul on Richvine in the backcourt. They've got him to give. That's just the 6th team foul. And now Searles is ready to inbound in front of the bench, and they wave him clear over in front of the Rustler crowd sideline. Not sure what all the yelling's about.
Got a push off, I think, to get free.
Searles throws it away, trying to hit Niehi Black Bear. 3 straight turnovers by Central as they had a 9-point lead, and 3 straight turnovers have put Lamar within 5 and the basketball.
Also causes a very animated CWC head coach.
As would be expected when you turn it over 3 straight times. Rustler's proud, getting into it a bit. Montgomery lost it, taken away by Searles, just dribbled it off his foot. He's been pretty decent with that little move to get to the rack. That time he just dribbled it off his foot, and the turnover. 100 seconds left to play in this ball game. 95-90. We may not see free tacos. Searles double clutch out to Mims, back to Jesse White for 3, and a quick timeout called. White has 4 threes in the second half. He has 5 in the game. He's got 18 points in the lead at 8 with 91 seconds left.
And that one might just lock the barn.
Come back, see if we win free tacos after this. This is Rustler basketball up 8, 1:31 remaining in the contest. .91 seconds remaining left in the contest. 98-90 Central on the Pepsi scoreboard. Thanks for joining us. Those of you watching online, rustlerathletics.com on that Pepsi scoreboard, seeing an 8-point lead. Full court pressure token by Central as Montgomery will bring it across the timeline. He'll get a pick from Haywood. Doesn't do anything with it. Goes back up top, Wiggins. Kevon bodied up by Niehi, and a little scoop. Nice play by Kevon Wiggins. Central will call a timeout to avoid the 5-second violation, barely. And I believe they are now out of timeouts. Watch the scoreboard go to 0 in front of our eyes with 69 seconds left. It's still a 2-possession game, 98-92. Central kind of imploding a bit here towards the end. A big 3 by Jesse White to overcome, I think, those 3 consecutive turnovers by the Rustlers.
Yeah, then the unforced turnover, I think, by Lamar, too instrumental there.
Wyoming Cowboys trailing at Boise State 13-7. 8 minutes left to play in the third quarter of that ball game on the blue turf.
Which isn't all that uncommon anymore. You're seeing these multicolored, or other than green-colored turfs sprouting up. Eastern Washington has a dark red.
I saw
someplace in Michigan I know has a different color.
A gray one, I think, is what we were watching the other night from Michigan. I forgot who was playing in the game, but a dark gray field with a green end zone. on top of it. Seen a lot of those different colors. Mims will trigger it inbounds to White. He'll be double teamed. He'll throw it over to Sims, back to Mims. He'll get it to midcourt, beat the time count at 22. Searles, boy, Niehi was open underneath. They don't go to him. They'll instead go out to Mims. They're going to get the foul now, and that will be one of the bonus, as that'll be just the 7th team foul of the game on the Lamar Lopes. And I believe it's on, I believe wrong. It's on Richvine. I was going to give it to Haywood, but it's only 2 on Richvine. Would have been 4 on Haywood, but in fact was not on him. So Jalen Searles, it's going to be Nate Mims back to the line. 18 points, his career high as a Rustler, now 19. And again, I've said this many a time, but after the 2-point game against Air Force Prep, he has come out with 16, 11, 11, and now 19 and a chance at 20, scoring-wise, and gets it. Back to an 8-point game, and Free Tacos Central has hit the 100 mark, 100-92. Small consolation if you don't win it. They need to hang on and get her done here as Haywood goes around his man and lays it up over White. 31 for Khalil Haywood. Full court pressure, looking for the steal. White ends up with it. It's knocked out of bounds by Haywood. 37 seconds remain, 23 on the shot clock. Kind of surprised they didn't foul a little earlier. And they didn't even foul at that juncture, but I'm kind of surprised they haven't fouled yet. You're down, you got to extend that ball game. I mean, at a point, yes, you play defense for a little bit, and then but getting to half court, maybe not where you would want to finally give that foul at. White in the backcourt. Mims fires it into Niehi Black Bear. Back to Searles. Niehi got knocked to the floor by Bile, and he will go to the line. And I guess if you're Lamar, that's probably who you want to put at the line. Niehi, 25% on the season, is 1 for 2 tonight. At 34 seconds remaining in the contest, Wiggins back in.
Searles goes to the free throw line.
And I think they're pointing at Black Bear, and they're going to put Black Bear to the line. So nice try. If in fact it was an honest gamesmanship mistake, but
well, the way he's laughing about it, I'm guessing it's maybe not honest, but it was gamesmanship.
Well, they caught it, and Niehi will make it a moot point as he knocks it down. 8 points for Niehi Black Bear. 7-point ball game. 2 possessions and then some as Niehi knocks down both. No, he doesn't. Sims, though, almost had the offensive rebound, but he's out of bounds, and it will be given back.
Well, that second free throw was in the spin cycle.
I thought it was down, as you heard me incorrectly call. First time in my broadcasting career I've been wrong.
I'm going to write down this date.
30-some years of flawless broadcasting ended tonight. Driving, Montgomery shovels it to Bile. He'll put it up and in. 16 for Bile.
Interesting, they're not using their timeouts to set up a press either.
Right, 2 timeouts left for Coach Seller. And a foul going to be sending Trey Sims to the stripe with 17 seconds left to play. 101-96, Rustlers appear that they will be taking their first W of the season and ending a 7-game skid, ending back to the last 3 games of last year, 4 this year.
I don't like that stat, however, when you go 1 year to the next,
right,
because your team is altogether different, especially at the junior college level.
Whole lot of different peeps as Sims hits the first. 3 points for Trey Sims.
Plus, it also could mean a player could go to the transfer portal and be on your both sides of the one loss there. So.
Second one by Trey on the way. Good. 7-point game, 17 seconds left. Central is going to play Olay defense, or not, as White's going to get the foul. So they'll let him score some points with the clock moving, unfortunately. Jesse will pick up his 3rd personal foul. Montgomery to the line. This will be free throw attempt 44 and 45 of the night for Lamar.
Montgomery from Virginia Beach, Virginia. That is where Hall of Famer Allen Iverson was from.
A lot of people knowing Virginia Beach, Virginia around here in the wrestling battles as they do the Virginia Beach Nationals every year, big wrestling tournament down there, as Montgomery will knock down the first. 84% of 45 free throws tonight. They've made them 38 out of 45, and now Coach Sellers will use the timeout with 13 ticks remaining on the Pepsi scoreboard. Central 103-98, looking to get a split in the first day of the Rustler Classic. The Lamar women winning the first game 68-58, and now the Central men leading and appear with a 5-point lead with 13 seconds left will get their first victory of the season. Central is out of timeouts. Lamar has one remaining. Both teams will be shooting 2 free throws on any foul at this point as well. Your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming post-game show will be coming up next. Thanks to Wydot for sponsoring our post-game show. We'll hopefully get an interview with the head coach, Brad Schmidt. Shout out to the score table, David Kellner, Brett Evans. Tyler Watson has taken over for Mike Yowell.
It's kind of funny because it'll sometimes say Tyler Watson, I think, and it's like he's got a large name card there.
Tyler Watson, State Farm, big sponsor of the Rustler Report, Rustler Basketball, and the Rustler Athletics. He's our Booster Club president on top of it. White trying to foul him. They finally will get the foul as Isaiah Shanks has come into the ball game to shank him. And
prison term.
That will be Jesse White to the line. Sorry, Isaiah. White to the line. 18 points in his debut tonight for Jesse White. And
have you had a chance to talk to him? How come he did go to the transfer route or anything?
Negative, have not. Jesse 19 points now.
Because, I mean, obviously the school he came from was a very good junior college program.
Jordan Gallimore will check in out of that Region 18 wars. And there's been a lot of talk lately about Colorado Northwestern joining Region 9. So we'll see what transpires out of that. 7-point game. Montgomery will lay it up and in. 4 seconds. 14 for Montgomery. Up ahead to Sims. He will right-hand reverse layup. Good. And a long shot at the end of the game will end it.
So both teams get to the century mark.
107-100. Central outscoring the Lamar Lopes and picking up their first win of the season. And some players from Lamar already heading to the locker room, and coach calling them back out to do the handshake thing, which sometimes hasn't happened due to COVID. But Central wins it 107-100 on the Pepsi scoreboard. 1, 2, 3, 4 in double figures, and 3 of them 20 points plus on the night.
High scoring second half, 63-59.
Yeah, Central getting outscored by 4 in that second half after outscoring them by 11 in the first half, 48-37. Brad Schmidt, the head coach, will be joining us on the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming postgame show, brought to you by Wydot. Give you a rundown of some final stats and more as well. 107-100 Central, their first win of the season. We'll be back after this timeout. This has been a presentation of Rustler Media on 88.1. 107-100. Central, the victory tonight. Head coach Brad Schmidt joining us with first dub of the year and hard-fought one, high-scoring one. Your thoughts as we wrap up here on game number one of the W, I guess.
I'm just proud of the guys. You know, I've emphasized since the start of the season that the players win the games. You know, us as coaches, we build programs, we recruit, set culture, fundraise, wear a lot of hats, you know, but as soon as that ball's up in the air, you know, in almost all reality, the players win the games, you know, and there's subtle things I do as a coach as far as subbing patterns and timeouts and running stuff to get guys shots, but they did an awesome job with that tonight, and I'm proud of them.
A lot of contributions from a lot of different players in roles, I thought, as well.
Oh, yeah. You know, we came into the game with a 9-man rotation, and Trey Sims wasn't even a part of that to start the game, and then he was just awesome in the first half and then got a lot of minutes in the second half. And that's kind of our roster right now. You know, you kind of think a guy's ready to go, and then you give them some opportunities, and then they maybe don't capitalize on them, and then you go to somebody else, and they step up. So that's just part of college basketball, and we're still trying to figure that out. But I would say incredibly proud of Sims's response.
Nate Mims just keeps getting better and better. 16, 11, 11, now 20 tonight. I thought he played very well.
Oh, Nate's amazing. You know, he's a guy we kind of got because of Jesse, who Jesse was obviously really good again tonight. Really good tonight
right.
for his first
I
game.
was getting there next.
But yeah, Nate's just he's bought into his own development. You know, it doesn't really have much to do with me or Coach Harrison. Nate he puts in work. He's in the gym all the time. He's constantly working on his game, and then he's been super coachable. I mean, he is just the most coachable kid, and he's bought into our system, and he's just playing with a ton of swag right now, and it shows in his game and his performance.
Then your point guard comes out, 4 threes in the second half, 1 in the first half. Just casually lights it up with 20 points tonight in his first game to play.
Yeah. You know, I told you on the radio, man, you know, and it's been my MO since I've been here. We don't make excuses when guys are out and guys are injured, guys are suspended, whatever's going on. But obviously Jesse impacts our team, and we didn't have him the first 4 games. So, you know, we got more weapons now. We got more firepower, and he's just a really good defender, and he sets the tone for our team, and it was nice having him on the court.
Khalil Haywood, 31 for them. He's a heck of a player for them.
Yeah. It's real nice when you got 3 guys extra on the court that provide some assistance. But yeah, he's a really special player for sure.
We're gonna move on from that one. You know, you get to enjoy this one for, I don't know, 12 hours, I guess. Maybe you'll let them enjoy it, and then you got to get ready for NJC and Coach Trinkle.
No, they need to enjoy it. You know, and us as a coaching staff need to enjoy it. You know, it's hard as a college basketball coach people don't know how much you invest, you know, as just a common fan, how much time, how much energy you put into the guys. So I want to get to the locker room and soak this in with them a little bit.
Go do that. Thank you. It's head coach Brad Schmidt, his team victorious tonight. 107-100, 1-4 on the year. Slopes dropping to 2-2 on the young basketball season. Final look at some stats coming up in just a quick moment. This is your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming postgame show. It is brought to you by YDOT. 107-100 Central, the victory here tonight. Running down some final stats. Central outscoring Lamar 48-37 in the first half. Lamar outscoring Central 63-59 in the second. Central, though, winning by 7, 107-100. Jalen Searles tonight, 2 points off his career high, 29. Jesse White, the point guard, comes out. He scores 20 in his first game as a Rustler. 20 points for Nate Mims, new career high for him as well. Jack Klumach, new career high. He scored 14. Niehi Black Bear had 8, 6 for Trey Sims, 4 for Sebastian Gaza, 2 points for Jaron Miller, and Davis Richard and Stephen Long in the 107 points on the board.
Hey, think about it. You've got 3 players with 20-plus points. That's a lot of points right there.
Right.
You know, and you look at the total score.
5 in double figures for Lamar, led by Khalil Haywood, 31 points, 19 for Chris Cook, 16 for Thurbill Bile, 15 for Kevon Wiggins, and 14 for Tim Montgomery, and 5 points for Kiplin Richvine. He was the only one outside of those 5 in double figures that scored in the game to make their 100, but 107-100 the final score. Central gets the win. Shooting numbers in this ball game: Central 38 of 72, 53%. Had 12 more shots than did the Lopes, 29 of 60 for 48%. Central 14 of 31 from the arc. That's 45%. That's a pretty good clip at the three-point line at 45%. Central would hit 17 of 23 free throws in the ball game for 74%. Lamar, as I mentioned, 29 of 60, just under 50% from the game, 48%. 4 of 12 from the arc, all 4 in the second half. They went 4 of 6 from the three-point line in the second half. They would be redeemed from the line, though. 38 points from the free throw line tonight, 38 of 45, in which Khalil Haywood would hit 15 of 17 in the ball game. So that's how it stacks up. 107-100, your final score on the Pepsi scoreboard.
I think the bottom line is much needed. I think that's really the summation. You know, Syracuse scored a lot. Probably wish they wouldn't have given up so much, but still the win was much, much needed.
Final score 107-100, and we are going to wrap this up, and we will say congrats to the Rustler men. They win by 7. The Rustler women fall tonight by 10. And then tomorrow, our cross-country team will race at Nationals. We'll have results when we hit the airwaves. Our ladies take it on nationally ranked Western Nebraska at 3. The men will take on NJC at 5. There are 2 other games. Northwest will play Lamar in men's and women's games at 11 and 1. You can come up and watch at Rustler Gym as well. So thanks to Amanda Nikoloff and the new media crew, Elliot Follett for the first half, and then Dory White doing the camera on the second half. And for Francis Obakoya and Stephen McKnight, Joel Kindle, I'm John Gabrielson. Thanks for being a part. The Rustlers victorious tonight, 107-100. This has been your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming postgame show. It has been brought to you by WYDOT.